Most exciting thing you've been able to do?
Kill a lot of vampires. It's definitely different from anything I've ever done. How about y'all?
We get to wield quite a bit of weaponry. Yeah, it's gonna be cool.
What is it like working with Robert Rodriguez as your director?
Robert Rodriguez is by far the most fun person to work with. Like, anyone who gets to be on a Robert Rodriguez film is
Lucky.
blessed.
And the cast members?
Cast members are all right.
We're all crazy, and I think it kind of works and goes into the show because we all get so into our characters. And I know that I'm in love with my character, and I think it really shows that everyone is in love with their character.
Did you guys audition for the role?
Yeah,
And how was that like?
that was cool.
Can you elaborate?
Um,
I mean, what was the process like for auditioning?
process, like, it was basically we got our sides, walked into the audition room, and try to feel our characters as much as possible.
What was your audition process like?
I've done 2 movies with Robert, so he just said, "You want to do the show?" And I said, "Sure."
See,
Thanks for the question, Madison.
you're welcome.
How much did you draw upon the original series, the movies, to learn about
Well,
the characters?
personally, I think that the show is so different from the movie. I mean, it's drawing upon the same elements of the movie, but it's elaborating and becoming so much more. And I think Juliette Lewis did such a great job as the character in the original, and everyone did such a great job. George Clooney did a great job. So we're all kind of trying to create new elements of our characters, and I think you guys will see that.
I don't remember the movie. I was stoned when it came out.
He's
I
stoned
can't
in the
remember.
whole time.
I was stoned when I saw it, so I missed it.
He's working on
It was
that.
Oh,
I
yeah.
couldn't remember it, so I never looked at it again. I said, "Hey, Robert, should I look at the movie again?" He said, "No, no,
What can you tell us about your character?
I'm the preacher of Bethel Baptist.
And I'm the preacher's daughter.
She's my daughter.
And I'm the adopted child from China.
He's the redheaded stepchild.
And
Yeah.
my wife has passed away, and we're on a road trip together to try to come together as a family.
And when the show picks up on us in episode 2, you kind of see this family that the dad has just kind of ripped us out of our life. So you have a little bit of teenager attitude going on, and we're both a little confused at why our dad suddenly decides to buy an RV and move us all to Mexico. And I think as the show goes on, we kind of discover things about our family, and there's kind of an inner turmoil going on.
Yeah, and she's kind of rough about leaving high school because she was kind of a cool kid. And I think, you know Maddie, but I think I'm more okay with leaving because my character was more of an outsider in the whole school scene, so I'm just along for the ride.
So talking about characters, do any of y'all find any similarities between, the characters that you guys are playing?
Well, I'm a Christian, so that was a big similarity. And I am a father, so I could relate to having a daughter like Madison and a son like Brandon. And yeah,
Is it intimidating at all?
I've never fought vampires before.
Yeah, that's different.
Same.
I don't think I
only
have.
a little
But wait
bit.
a minute. No, I did Dusk Till Dawn 2, the movie, and we did fight vampires. So yeah, I have.
You're familiar with
Back in the decade when I was stoned a lot, so. I
He
missed
doesn't
that
remember
part.
a thing.
Yeah. What other similarities? What can you think of, Madison?
See, I don't know. I feel like there's something about Kate that's a little different from me. She has something inside of her that's very pure. And I mean, I'm not saying that I'm not pure. Whoa. But I just feel like, I'm a different person than she is. But I love her. I love every minute of getting to play her.
I think that you and Kate are both kind of like strong-willed female people.
Yeah, we both have the strong will thing going for
So
us.
you both have that going for you. But I see Scott in me in the sense that we both have a little bit of violent tendencies sometimes. But no, I'm just kidding. Just
like- I don't know that.
but
I could definitely relate to trying to keep us all together.
Yeah.
That's the main focus. What we're trying to do is stay together as a family unit. We really represent that relationship. Wouldn't you agree?
yeah.
I feel like from the day we stepped on set, we all just kind of had this like magnetism that kind of drew us all together, and I feel like He's such an amazing actor. He's such an amazing actor, and I just feel like it really helps to create this family bond. And it's been an amazing journey so far.
Yeah,
We're on the
it's-
last episode right now.
It's the chemistry has been phenomenal, but that's usually the way a Robert Rodriguez project
Yeah.
is. He's excellent at casting and putting together people that are going to get along and work well together. And these guys, it was instantaneous. They're just wonderful actors, both of them, and I've had a lot of fun with them both.
We've had a blast.
I've seen you since that 70s show as Fess, one of my favorite characters, perhaps my favorite one. It's a very comedy show, so your transformation is very different from Dusk to Dawn. How was the transformation like? You know.
Well, I have to tell you, for the last couple of years, I've embraced independent films to just kind of bring some very different type of characters to life. Arguably, some of the mainstream audiences haven't really necessarily seen my work in independent films yet. So this is, and thanks to Robert, will be the first time in a very long time that audiences get to see me in such a different light. But leave it to Robert to trust actors to do things that even themselves didn't think they actually were able to do. And I was very blessed that he trusted me with this character. He texted me and said, "Hey, I handcrafted this character, for you. I think that you have fun with this. It's something the audiences haven't seen you do before." And I said, "All right, cool." And I said, "Cool, check, done. Let's do it." I flew into Austin, Texas, not knowing what I was playing. I haven't read the script or anything. Went to the wardrobe department. They put me in this leather trench coat, and all of a sudden, I go, "Okay, one question. What am I playing?" Said, "You're playing the bad guy." I'm like, "Oh, okay."
Very different.
Yeah, fair enough. Very different. And but I will tell you this: he's very empowering, and it's very inspiring to see him have such creative freedom, and allow us to bring these characters to life on such a level. I will tell you this, man: you'll definitely want to see this guy be bad.
What are some of the most exciting things that you've been able to do?
Well, I gotta tell you, bringing this world to life is unbelievable. I think I can speak on behalf of Ace and I when we say that. We never thought and expected that the world could be so wide and the pond so deep, as we entered the show, specifically with our characters and our storyline. I mean, Robert, that last frame, or from Dusk to Dawn, when you see the temple, when you see, what the bar, what the Twister was built on, that's one of the biggest reasons why he wanted to make the show. He wanted to expand on that world. And bring in Mesoamerican influences and
Yeah.
the Mayan and Aztec influences to actually create a mythology that is very far removed from vampires, but yet, because we don't use the V word on this show, we think that vampires are our cute little cousins, and that what we are is something very, very different. That eventually, once you get to watch the show, you understand it takes one word to explain to describe us. But it's amazing. It's amazing when you go to work and you read the script and you go, "Oh my God, are we really doing that this week? Are we really blowing up that? Are we really? I mean, are they really going to be flying in from everywhere?" So it's an adventure to read every script.
Tell us about your role.
I'm super blessed. I'm super happy I get to be Santanico Pandemonium, and it's such an iconic role that Salma did so hers at that moment. And now 20 years later, we have this chance to revamp ourselves with this story. Robert did an awesome job, but he's grown so much during these last 20 years. He has this great script that he wrote, and now he had so many creative ideas that he couldn't put in the script for the movie, because it was only 2 hours. So now our characters specifically get to develop way more. You get to see the side of Santanico, of not just this beautiful woman who dances and she has like this power over men, but you get to see this queen behind it, literally she's a showrunner, and we get to work a lot together, and it's really, I feel blessed because it goes really into what he was saying, mythology, like typical Mayan, Aztec story, and I'm being Mexican, feel very connected to it, and I'm blessed because Robert truly is a career launcher, and you can tell, and so he's done it one behind the other, and now what he's doing with us is like what he did with George Clooney. He believed in him, and Salma, and now he's doing with us, and as a Latina, you appreciate it that Robert always channels a lot our culture, and it's all mixed with this amazing guys, killers running through stealing having good ass robberies, and then it goes to this sexy, creepy, supernatural story, and so you get to bond, eat both stories and it flows so naturally. It doesn't feel forced at all, and so it's a new thing. Every single day we're on set, we get to be beautiful, but at the same time we go through
I get to be
characters.
beautiful all
He
the
gets
time.
to be beautiful.
I mean, all the time.
And we got to go through heavy makeup like 4 hours to get this transformed monsters that you guys get to meet in the future, and so it has like both sides of the world,
It's
and
a great
it's
balance.
amazing.
One thing that she won't say this about herself, I really truly believe, and all of us in the cast and unity, and Robert believes the same thing, is that Asa has completely 100% redefined what that moment in time was for that generation, specifically for this one. And so we're very blessed. Every character has gotten a chance to put their flag on this territory and create the landscape that I think that we will be able to gonna live for quite a while now.
Asa, I feel like I grew up with you, watching your novellas, for example, Lola, and now you're doing From Dusk Till Dawn. I asked Wilmer about his transformation and his transition from comedy to horror. What about you?
Oh my God, it's crazy because I started doing stuff for kids, and I grew up working with Nickelodeon in Latin America, and I started doing soap operas. And for me, it's, how can I tell you, this is a dream come true. This is just me being able to have a voice and speak for people in my culture and see that we have so much talent back there, and that it was awesome for me to break the boundaries of being on soap operas forever and go and do what I really felt like it. And that's why I feel so blessed, because I connected with Robert and he truly believed in me and he fought for me, and he even though I was an actress, like a Latina, and coming from soap operas, we're in a time and place now in Hollywood that people are really loving to see all this cultures, and he did it. He broke this boundaries back in the day with Desperado and Antonio being all sexy with his, and now he's doing it again, and I'm blessed and happy, and went from being a good girl to being this evil, conniving man-eater, but controlling, and so it feels awesome to go to set and be like, move! It's cool.
I will tell you this also about her, is that she, a couple of years ago, we've known each other for a long time, and a couple of years ago she told me,
How crazy.
we were in Mexico.
Working together.
We were in Mexico, and she says, "Hey, we got to do something. We got to figure something out together." Fantastic. And she said to me, she says, "I'm gonna come to Los Angeles, and I'm gonna try my luck. I'm gonna leave everything I know, all my comfort zones. I'm gonna come to the United States, and I'm gonna try to cross over in Hollywood." And I said, "Listen, whatever you need, I believe in you. I think you definitely have what it takes." And she came out here, and this is one thing I think everyone should really know about her, is that she was gonna do it with or without the help of any of us. It's her conviction, her drive is what's gonna get her here, and she's a legit actress. She's been around for a very long time, and people don't get a mistake there.
I love her as an actress.
That's for sure.
Wilmer, our audience wants to know, how close can these microphones get before they freak you out?
One more time.
How close can these
I
microphones
know,
get
right?
before they freak you out?
You'll be surprised with my comfort zone.
I'm very secure in
I'm very
myself.
secure of myself.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
This film that he did so long ago, and he had so many new ideas and places he wanted to go with the characters and the story, that he got an opportunity to this time. So we all just kind of got in there and made it our own thing.
How does the film series set itself apart from other vampire series?
It's not a vampire series.
Yeah, it's not a vampire
First
series.
and foremost, the V word is not one we use too much.
I think really, because it doesn't start out with any sort of. There's a little bit of supernatural element with my character and the things that are influencing me, but we're not going into it a show about vampire creatures or characters. We're two brothers who are bank robbers who are trying to get to Mexico, who happen to come across these supernatural elements. It's an obstacle that we face instead of being really what the show is about.
I think, like, if you're familiar with Robert's work, he creates these iconic characters, and he has such a distinct way of shooting action and long dialogue, and same with Quentin. His characters, and Robert's and Quentin's characters have never been done on television before, because nobody else can do them. There can be no imitation. So the fact that Robert wanted to revisit this world and these characters on his own on television it was an amazing opportunity.
Yeah, it's Robert doing Robert. It's not somebody trying to do a riff of what he's done in the past. It's him doing his own thing, and nobody's going to be able to do that better than Robert himself. And for the vampire demon thing, I think we're really bringing back the horrific sense of what those demon creatures are supposed to be.
Yeah.
It's not
horror got popular over the past
and
like 20
beautiful
years,
and sweet,
and it got watered down.
I'm sad. Why doesn't
Exactly,
anybody
like
love me? I
emo
live
horror.
forever. And no,
But-
these vampires are or creatures, demons, whatever. You'll have an understanding of what we call them in the show throughout the first season, but
We put the
they're
horror back
scary.
in horror. Like the creatures, that aspect of this project is what it's supposed to be. You know, Greg Nicotero, who started on Dusk and is so prolific now, and he's done amazing
Walking
work
Dead
on Walking
and-
Dead and among many other things. He came back and he's doing all of our special creature effects and stuff and all the design. So we're really getting back to our roots. Like, this is really scary stuff.
The use of sorry, go ahead.
I'm sorry. It sounds like you had a blast doing this.
We're having the best
Yeah,
time.
still are. Yeah,
We've been here in Austin since November, working together, and just to be able to come here and cap it off at South by Southwest is just the perfect opportunity.
So does filming in Austin change or accentuate your character roles?
Yeah, man. I mean, Robert is he's a one-stop shop. He's done his own thing since he started. With independent film down here in Austin. His Troublemaker Studios is here. It's a family. It's the same crew for many, many years that he's been working with. So you just get sucked into the world, and all of Robert's projects have a taste of Austin to them. It's unavoidable. You can feel it in the movies when you see them, and we're no different. We're shooting in Austin, all around Austin, all around Texas, and yeah, it's fantastic. It's a character in the story.
You're battling vampires and demons in the series. What is it that scares you personally?
Monologues Sunday night that I have to shoot Monday morning.
Page-long
Absolutely.
monologues.
Yeah. There's
Sure.
a lot of them,
Yeah.
and sometimes we get them with not much time. That's pretty scary.
But we
How much are each of you like your characters?
hopefully not that
Hopefully
much.
not that much.
Otherwise, I'd be.
You're pretty weird. I mean, I haven't seen you kill anybody.
I'm specific, I guess. Sure.
That's
but,
one way to put it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's a certain element of whatever you bring as an actor to each role that works and translates on screen. But
Yeah.
I
I don't
think
know
these
when to
charac-
shut up, and he's kind of weird, so it works.